Alrighty then, I'm at the entrance to a cave. This cave branches out. It's got a main tube and a side tube. Instead of trying to do it all in one video, I'm going to go ahead and do them as separate videos. So I'm going to do the side tube first. It'll have some crawling, but other than that, I think it'll be easy. I think the floor is going to be flat. I think this will only take me about half an hour to an hour. We'll see how it goes. So... I've only been through this whole cave once with other people. So this will be my first time trying to explore the whole cave by myself. So I'm going to take it easy. Just I'll shoot one video, go back to the entrance, take a little break, water, and all that good stuff. Then I'll do the main part. So that give me a good excuse. Because the split isn't very far in here. Notice how it looks like the cave is blocked here. There's a couple small side passages to the right. I'm not going to try to do those by myself. Hopefully I can go back with other people and see those. But on the map, it looks like they don't go very far anyway. So the main tube keeps going straight ahead. And then the side tube I'm going to do is up here on the left. So the side tube is pretty low. I'm going to have to do a bunch of crawling. So it's going to be kind of slow. But I do want to see it. As long as I'm here. Bushwhack through wet bushes, so might as well make it worth the trip. Just wish my gimbal was better behaved. So I get to climb out here. Pretty soon it'll be low enough I have to take off my backpack and crawl. So it's gonna be a little bit of work. Might be a little bit of fun too. The only thing is I don't have elbow pads. I might have to crawl on my elbows, so that might be kind of fun. But I could always chicken out if I change my mind. I was already up here before. Basically I got as far as I could not have to stoop down anymore. Yeah, right here. This is where I turned around last time. I think I'm already like a fourth of the way through. So officially these are sand castles. Not the nicest ones, but try to leave them alone. So I'm gonna go around to the left here, just because there's more room. Step over them. Oh, wow. See, ceilings, floor are both going up. Oops. All right, well, I'm on my hands and knees, crawling like a baby now. Be a little bit of work. It'll be fun. Man, it's a nice, easy cave. It's like a small version of Beaver Cave. All right, here we go. What's funny, this tube goes over the lower tube, but they don't connect to there. They're like, I think 34 feet apart or something. Okay, I'm gonna sit up for a second, just so you can look around. Wow, yeah. Notice how rough the floor is to the side. So try not to touch that if possible. Same thing with the other side. So the cave is actually easiest and safest if you stay in the middle. So, well, I'm gonna go a little bit to the left side because the floor is smoother, the ceiling is taller. I'm not wearing gloves. I should probably be wearing gloves. Oh well. The rock's not that sharp here in the middle. Oops. It's raining outside, so it's like 100% humidity in here. Hopefully my camera lens won't fog up. I don't really have a good way to dry it off. Wow, yeah, it just keeps going straight through. All right, then, here we go. Normally I would do the easy part first, but the easy part is a lot longer than the hard part. So I got tons of time. It's only like 9 a.m. So I got all day. In fact, I literally have camping material with me. So if I run out of time, I could sleep in my car. Oops, or near my car. I don't know why my gimbal's being stupid. Hang on. Make sure my gimbal didn't lock or something. Oops. Okay, there we are. One of the axes on my gimbal locked. From there, it doesn't. See the motor, it fights to stay level. So if the camera's already installed well and everything's loose like it should be, the motor shouldn't have to work very hard. But if I install the camera off center, or if one of the axes accidentally gets locked, the motor just fights harder, wastes a bunch of electricity, makes a nasty video. It's difficult to get it perfectly centered though. The adjustments on this, they don't work very well. Notice over here on the left, or the middle, the floor is pretty flat. Over to the sides, it's kind of rugged. The right side, it's even more rugged. It's like 15 feet wide here, but the ceiling's only like 3 feet tall in the middle. Alrighty then. Let's see if I can keep going. Okay, so notice I'm going to be down. Now notice, normally, you need to be careful not to go downhill. Face first. This is nice and wide, not that steep, so I should be okay crawling down head first so I can see what I'm doing. Might have to take off my backpack though, because the ceiling is so low. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, see, I'm going downhill, but it's not that steep. So, I'm gonna get over to the right though. Looks like the floor is a little smoother over here. Still pretty rough though. Thank goodness for knee pads. Knee pads are one of the best inventions ever. That and refined sugar, of course. Oh, geez. You know what? That's going to get too low for me. I'm going to chicken out right here. It's nice and level, but it's going to get low. It's like 1 foot tall. I don't feel like doing a belly crawl on this stuff. So I'm going to turn around and go back the way I came. I'm going to declare the cave the winner and me the loser. Score 1 for the cave. I'm okay with that. If I live closer here, I'd like to make a 3D model of this cave. Be kind of like I did with Beaver Cave and Hawaii Cave, part of those. Then they're kind of cool because, you know, they can solve mysteries. Like there's a railroad tunnel, abandoned railroad tunnel near Portland, Oregon, called the Elk Rock Tunnel. It's completely dark in the middle. So there's a lot of people who swear that it was shaped like an S. But I got permission to go in there and photograph it to make a 3D model. I only had one afternoon, so I made it quick. The floor didn't come out very well, but I got the walls and the ceilings good enough to do the shape. And I proved, no, it's not an S. It's just a big arch. It's enough degrees of arch that, you know, or arc, degrees of arc, that, yeah, in the middle it's completely dark. But but it's definitely not shaped like an S. Of course, I knew that all along because I could see the curve myself, but, you know, different people believe different types of evidence. If I tell them it looks curved one way, it's not quite as scientific as actually making a 3D model that shows it only curves one way. Of course, whether you should believe anything without proof is another story. I didn't point it out because it's so obvious, and I mentioned in an earlier video, but there's plant roots hanging from the ceiling through cracks in the rock. So that means I'm not particularly far underground. I already pointed that out in an earlier part of the video. Don't necessarily have to repeat myself. Just watch the whole video. This is weird. This floor, it looks like rock, but if you look at where somebody put their foot down, it's obviously sand. But look how perfect the colors are. So this is sand that's only been touched by a couple people. Somebody put their foot over there. If you see some untouched sand like that, try not to touch it. Try to leave it like it is. People might be able to learn something from it or appreciate it. Just go to the beach if you want to make a mess. Next high tide will fix that. Like I said on the way in, you can see the floor by the wall is really rough. And then over here is also very rough. But then over here in the middle is still kind of rough, but not quite as bad. So I'm definitely going to stay in the middle. Except ahead there's some sand castles, small piles of sand in the middle. I'm going to try to avoid touching them by going around them. We'll see how it goes. When the main tube, there's a few crawls. I think they're a couple feet high though. I don't think they'll be as hard as this upper passage. Because I do want to get too close to the end of this cave. I did go to the end once, I think, with other people. But it's easier with other people because you're, helping each other navigate and so on. Motivating each other to not quit. By myself, it's a little easier to quit. Nobody here to complain. Let's sit down here a second because I want to show you something. If you look ahead, the ceiling's really smooth. Behind me, it was rougher. I want to show you the transition. It's actually kind of obvious. Okay, maybe not. Never mind. More plant roots hanging from the ceiling. All right, let's see. I can go to the left of this sand. I meant to keep going right to go counterclockwise, but sometimes I get sidetracked. But let me stand up here. I already showed this in an earlier video, so I'm gonna make it quick through here. So they refer to these as sand castles, even though they're not really shaped like castles, but they're technically sand formations in the cave. So, like I said, try not to trample them. Go around if you can. If there's a trail, follow that. All right, so now I'm going down this slope to the main tube. To the right is the exit. I'm gonna go back to the exit for now, take a short break, shoot the vertical video of this side passage, and then I'll do the big part of the cave. I get to crawl through there. There'll be a few other crawls, but not too bad. Notice it's cloudy outside, so the lighting outside is kind of even. The first part of this video I shot, it was sunny outside. It was a nice day, but I ran out of time. Had to get home, get a paycheck so I can afford to come here. All right, well, there's the exit, but I'm not going to exit just yet. So here we are. Here's a good look into the cave.